Hello, one and all. I am Brandon Carey, and today we are going to continue our adventures with Ratchet and Clank. When we last left off, we had just finished getting our sweet, sweet revenge on Captain Copernicus Quark for betraying us back in his HQ. And we acquired this swanky ship. This really fast ship, our last ship of the game. Which we will use to kind of pursue Chairman Drek from here on out. Now that Ratchet's kind of gotten over himself. We have leads on a planet where he's attacking that is actually being attacked by people from this base. But before we go and do that, I have one little thing to show off. Because people who have not played this game before, or have played this game and like not done a lot of like the extra stuff, might not know this. But there is actually a secret. First off, let me get the metal detector out and get some free bolts. Yeah, I can see why this guy's never made it past this this game. It's not a particularly great gadget. It really does slow the pace down. But it's also just enough money that you don't want to lose it, because bolts in this game are really tight. They don't drop a lot of currency. So every little bolt you get does end up mattering. But one of the secrets of this level is if you do the wall jump up the top of this and open and use this elevator here, there is a secret room where if you've been collecting gold bolts, you can purchase upgrades to some of the game's weapons. And this is something that you're not really supposed to have until New Game Plus. Whereas when you start New Game Plus, you will have a gold bolt room that you can just teleport to from the first planet. And you'll have 10, as opposed to the 5 here. Maybe I'll show that off when we beat the game. This is a good place to like start your collection prior to the New Game Plus. Though I'm sure the other 5 gold weapons do not show up here. It's just these 5. So once you beat the game once, there's no real reason to come to this room ever. But that is there. That is there for us to make use of, and we do this by the suck cannon. Hey Kelly, these are not cosmetics. These are actual weapon upgrades. To answer your question, like the suck cannon, for example, I just bought the gold suck cannon. Let me just go into the items menu. Help, weapons. If you read the text here, the original suck cannon has a capacity of 5 enemies. The improved gold suck cannon has a capacity of 10. and the actual the enemies do more damage upon contact. So these are not cosmetics. That's a good question, though. This is a straight-up upgrade to the original weapon. And the idea is that when you're playing New Game Plus, after you've gotten all the gold bolts, you can start grinding away at getting these gold bolt upgrades to your arsenal and getting a little bit stronger so that you can play the New Game Plus a little easier. Now, this would eventually mutate later on in future games to the mega weapons, but we can talk about that when we actually start playing those later games. It's a very similar concept, though. It's not... It is and isn't locked behind New Game Plus. There are 5 that you can get in your original playthrough, but there are a total of 10, and the other 5 of that 10 you can only get in New Game Plus. And for each one of them, you need 4 gold bolts plus the fee to do the upgrade. Which is regular bolts, usually. Yeah, so half is locked behind New Game Plus, the half you can get just from starting out. And the half you get starting out are just usually, like, early game, or all early game weapons that you should have by this point, and probably phased out of your arsenal.
Clank? Clank? Come on, wake up!
Captain Quark?
No, goofball. It's me, Ratchet.
What happened?
You got toasted by lightning. This place is having one heck of a storm. You won't be safe out there. I'll be right back.
And that is the gimmick for this stage. There is a lightning storm, which means you cannot use Clank. Ratchet is on his own. And it's ironic that this stage comes up basically immediately after they reconcile. Like, because we just defeated Quark in the previous episode, which means we're buddies again, now that Ratchet's got his head out of his ass. And so we immediately reconcile with Clank, only to, like, have to keep him in the ship because it's not safe for him to be out here. He's a robot, and robots do not take lightning very well. That's a Brandon Carey quote you can take. Robots don't take lightning very well. Yeah, that's what I mean. You'd think that a level where you're playing as Ratchet by himself would be like, oh, I'm gonna be in the part where I'm angry, I'm gonna have a huffy puffy, like, boo 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 thing. And as a result, I would go on my own and, like, fuck Clank. He can stay in the ship for all I care. But no, this happens as, like, immediately after they decide, no, we're buddies again. Which means I do not have the helipack. And I'm gonna get used to not having the helipack right now, because I rely on it quite a bit. Oh, it's up there. Let's fix this problem right now. Gotta time the swing shot just right. It does also make sense that, like, you'd have this scene, like, some of Red Cell 2, because, like, okay, now that we've gotten Clank back, like, now that they're buddies again, you now have to be able to appreciate just, like, how much harder it is to do platforming with him gone. It's an odd choice, but this was the era where gameplay came before story, because it was the PS2 era. So I imagine this was like, just like, this came next in the pipeline. So notice I'm avoiding the sentries. There's not actually a penalty for getting caught. It's just that you have more enemies spawn in, and I don't feel like fighting them right now. If we get caught, whatever. But it's not really a huge like loss if we do. Oh, I just realized what we're gonna get at the end of this path, and I'm excited. I'm excited because it's a good thing. It's a good thing. There we go. That was a little perilous. There we go. Nice, easy. Little darting and weaving. Nothing too terribly complicated. Can't really be a little trouble. But this is a 2D era platform, or a PS2 era platformer. They tended to have problematic cameras. Just kind of the nature of the beast. Okay, missed that. We will go around in the second go. Please, camera. That doesn't look right. That did not look right. Holy shit, the slingshot is not easy to use. Or not, it is easy to use, it just doesn't feel great to use. It's probably more accurate, at least in this area right now. Alright, and yeah, it wasn't until the Wii and that's the PS3 era that we really figured out how to use the camera in platformers.
Sweet.
Now this is probably one of my favorite weapons in, like, the game. Possibly even the series. This is the Morph Array. And if you've ever played a Ratchet and Clank game, you're familiar with, if not this weapon specifically, this weapon's archetype. Because I think almost every single game in the series has a weapon that is like this. Where... and we're going to show it off pretty soon, I imagine. Let's go up here. Let's do this. Because there's 3 routes here, and this is the second route. The Magnet Boots section, which we can't use weapons on. We have to use wrench only. Another reason why the Gravity Boots came in and going Command onward is because they... when you're doing the Magnet Boots, because of the way it works, you can only use your wrench. No guns. For some reason. Get the bomb glove out, get some bolts. Morph Array. And I will say, doing these ice areas without the hover pack, or the thruster pack, not great. Not great. I think we're okay. We're fine. We're fine. There we go. Now we're doing the Magnet Boots again. Sure we can. Yeah, we can just smash these mines. No issue here. Yep, PS2 era ice physics, because we were still kind of... I have mentioned before, where like Ratchet and Clank 1 is very much a PS1 era platformer on the PS2. Because that was still, like, we were still in that phase where we were transitioning between, like, generations of platformers. Okay, there's a wind going on that ice, which is why you can't cross it. And like we talked about this in the beginning of these series, and it kind of has been the same since, where this is way more platformer than it is shooter. Whereas later on in like Going Command and onwards, you start pivoting more towards the like third-person shooter angle and away from this platforming. Well, thanks, Xenochrist, I appreciate it. And that's just kind of the nature of the beast, because this was back before the series really got the identity that it has today. This was... like, remember that this was the game that they made after they failed the Girl with Stick game. After that went nowhere. I actually agree with you, Xenochrist. I think like the concept of this level is a really strong concept. Where it is cool to have to play as Ratchet on his own and like see what it's like for him to do stuff without Clank after being with Clank for so long. The only weird part of it is that you're talking about this before you entered the chat. It is kind of strange to do it now. Because this level is the first level you do immediately after Ratchet and Clank reconcile. After Ratchet's grown his person and goes, hey, you are right. I have been wrong this whole time focusing on Quark. Drek is an actual problem we need to take care of immediately. And, like, after the moment they reconcile, the very first thing is a level where Ratchet is on his own. And Clank has to stay in the ship because of a lightning storm. It's not wrong or bad. It's just kind of a strange decision. As you can see, we just beat Captain Quark, and now he is a Gadgetron vendor. Fully licensed and ready for service.
Quark. Where? Come on, Quark. I know it's you.
The name's Steve. Pleased to meet you.
Look, Steve. I need to know where Drek is before it's too late.
Did you say too late? Sir, it is never too late to acquire the latest in the long line of quality products from Gadgetron. I have for you, today only, the Gadgetron PDA.
It's Steve.
No, personal delivery assistant. This device allows you to purchase ammunition wherever and whenever you want it.
Yeah? How do I know it works?
You can always trust Gadgetron quality, for my name's not Steve.
1,000 bolts, we can buy it.
Thank you, and have a Quark-tastic day.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
That's right. That's right, Steve. That's fucking right. You don't say nothing to me anymore. I don't want to even hear from you. I do love the deal of the tan drooping. Although, like, I was thinking about this just before the stream started. It is weird the lengths to which the franchise goes in the Future City series and onwards to rehabilitate Captain Quark. Because from the jump, he's kind of an asshole. And he never really redeems himself until the very end of the Ratchet and Clank original trilogy. He's the bad guy for 2 whole games. Spoiler alert. And so it's weird that, like, he gets this really, really fleshed out redemption arc from here on out. I think he's an entertaining character. He's an entertaining character to bounce off on. And I know part of it is that the person who writes the series now is he just enjoys Captain Cork, which is fine. I don't want to say, like, I don't want to tell him not to, I don't want to poo-poo on the character appearing at all. He should. He's part of the series. It's just, it's weird to me that, like, he's such a hero now. Because, like, Ratchet was an asshole. But even at his, like, most dickishness, he was never, like, he never, like, actively tried to destroy the entire solar system for an endorsement deal. That never happened. For petty greed. I'm not even saying they should be reconciled, but I'm saying, like, it feels like it came too easy. I do love this wrench, and part of it is, like... Well... Is Quark still shady in the rest of the series is quite a ponderous question. Because the answer is really no. Like, not in the same, or at least not in the same way. Because once you get to the future series and onwards, like, it's less malice and more just pure stupidity and incompetence. Yeah, this is a bad level for melee. I should really start using my guns. You're noticing that I do tend to prefer melee, and that's just part of, that is training I have to break myself out of with this first Ratchet and Clank game, in particular. Because in my, like, psychotic childhood mind, the logic I formed was, if I rely on the wrench and the suck cannon, I do not have to spend money on ammo. And therefore, I will have more money to buy weapons that I will never use because I'm spending the entire game on the suck cannon and the morph array. And that level of just poison, of brain rot, that level of poisoning, no matter how many times I tell myself it is stupid and irrational and nonsensical, because the game gives you plenty of ammo crates. There's no reason to save ammo. It is just a habit that I have to train myself to break. That is just the, like, PS2 era brain rot setting in. Hey, Steve. Fuck your bombs, asshole. I'm doing well. And, talked about this in previous episodes, but part of the issue with this first game in particular is that you don't get to strafe. And a lot of the reason these weapons are hard to aim is because you don't have access to strafe for most of the game. And when you do get access, it's a very janky strafe. So... yeah, I'm wearing a Spider-Man t-shirt. And so without, like, a good strafe option, aiming these weapons is actually, like, somewhat cumbersome. It's Miles Morales shirt specifically because he is the cooler Spider-Man. And these bombs are killing me. What we are going to do, we are going to jump right over and around these guys, because I am already tired of fighting them. It'd be easier with my fucking helipack, though. That's for sure. Gold Bolt. But yeah, another part of what makes me not want to use weapons in this game is that you nailed on the head. Weapons kinda feel bad to use. Just because aiming in this particular game, compared to the other ones in the series, is just difficult. Thank you, Sandmouse. Thank you, thank you. Alright, now it's time for a grind rail segment. Nothing too complicated. Just dodge them as they try to shoot you. All done.
Hey, welcome to my shop. What can I get you?
I'm looking for Drek.
Sure, yeah, I got lots of stuff on sale. After the bombing, no one is around to buy anything.
Are you okay?
Low prices? Oh, you bet. I can make you a deal on a busted turburator, a mangled carbonizer, or I got this info bot.
Guess that bombing was pretty loud, huh?
Oh, you're one shrewd negotiator. I'll tell you what. I can let this infobot go for
Oh, he's not okay. The bomb shot his hearing entirely.
Well, that's about it for me.
Thanks.
Quit your complaining. I gave you a great deal. Jeez.
Afraid to go out at night? Afraid to go out during the day? Just plain afraid? Then you need this! The Ultra Mech Unlimited. This mech is the ultimate in personal defense system.
I love buying giant killer robots.
Get yours before it's too late.
Now that's what I call serious firepower. Clank's gonna be jealous if he sees this.
What's so wrong with death machines, you know? It's not like we're playing a game about a crash capitalist universe. where the currency is literally nuts and bolts. Alright, now what does this button do? Okay. I can fuck with this. I can fuck with this. Look at that draw distance. I forgot about PS2 era draw distances. Now, where do we go from here? Ah, there you are. Or not. Wow. Hey, Esper. Welcome to the stream. Oh, that was, I didn't have the momentum that I needed for that jump. That was totally my bad. One. Draw distance. Show me the way. Come on. You know, I could make this if I had my actual helipack, genuinely. I just need to build up my momentum and my swing before I commit to that jump. There we go. Yeah, don't fail me now, swing shot. Don't fail me now. Thank you. Perfect. Beautiful. Now, the trick is to figure out where our next swing shot target is located. Okay, now I see. I didn't give enough time to... No, that's wrong. Okay. Come on, come on. There we go. That's neat. No enemies yet. It's very rare in this series to have a pure platforming path. Usually there's a bunch of enemies that spawn in when you do something like this. So it is kind of strange to have a regular, like, just a regular old swing shot target course. Oh, this is bad. This camera is not in my favor. Oh god, this is awful. Thank you. Okay, saved it. Oh dear. Oh lord. Oh god. That was an awkward camera situation that just happened. Because we are playing a PS2 era game, baby! Oh look, that was a gold bolt. That's why it was a regular old slingshot challenge. It was just a gold bolt. Now where is the shortcut back? There you go. Thank you, Taxi. Looks like I could just die, too, to save time if I wanted to. So let's keep going. That's this plant taken care of. And now it's time to go to that factory with the death bots. Robot Planet Quartu. And... oh, cutscene.
Well, I guess Quark didn't eliminate them.
How observant of you.
Thank you, sir.
Now, if you were only so diligent in doing your own job!
Yes, sir.
Since our new planet is nearly finished, we need a plan to remove the world that is occupying our selected orbit. This time, it must be absolutely foolproof. Time is wasting.
I wonder what planet is in the way of his perfect orbit. Hopefully, we don't have a personal attachment to it in any way. Hopefully. And speaking of attachments, you might notice that slide. If you were watching during the first stream of the game, the opening cutscene, that slide is the one that Clank used to escape the factory he was born in. Because this is effectively Clank's birth planet. He was born here in this factory. Alright, and this is a hydro pack level.
Now that you have the hydro pack, you can activate its turbojets by holding down the R1 button.
Now we have the hydro pack and the O2 mask. We can do challenges like this. Now we have a minute before the electricity starts, and if we are in the water when the electricity goes off, we will die. Instant death. Fortunately, when we do one of those tri-ring puzzles in quotes, the fortunate thing is that the game preserves the completion of those puzzles between like saves. So when we only do it once, and we never do it ever again. Which means if we don't get it in time here, you'll be able to save time on future runs. By skipping those puzzles. What is this?
Oh, yeah!
The bolt grabber, right! To extend the reach which we acquire our currency. That's a very useful item in the game. This game is actually really good about its auto-saving and checkpointing. Or is it auto-saves constantly? But like, this was one of the first games that really did auto-saving. And basically, anytime you make a measurable point of progress, it auto-saves. It's very good about that. You are absolutely right to call that out. Morph-Array. Morph-Array basically eliminates fodder enemy instantly. And like I was saying, if you're not familiar with this weapon particularly, you're familiar with this class of weapon. Because every Ratchet & Clank game has a weapon like this, where it transforms.
Unfortunately, our scanners do not detect a hologuise on this planet.
Where there's I think almost every game, if not every game, has a weapon that transforms your enemy into some sort of animal or creature. And that's how you defeat them by turning them into like an animal instead of a deadly threat. They're now a harmless chicken. And I don't think we'll be able to show it off during this run because it'll be a New Game Plus kind of thing, but there is also a Gold version of Morph-Array that instead turns the enemies into giant black chickens that explode. And I'm not making that up. Rift Apart actually has, like, maybe not the, a woodland animal, but there was the topiary weapon. Although in that game's case, that was a temporary thing. It's something you had. Yeah, the topiary sprinkler. Although that was a temporary thing and not a permanent thing, which I think is actually better, because it gives you a reason to use the weapon in combination with other weapons. Something you do kind of want to encourage as a game designer is to experiment with like weapons and playing around with them. But basically every game after this point has some version of these weapons. And it is kind of like a series hallmark. Let's get the bolt detector out. I never hated the bolt detector, but you don't miss it as it kind of quietly exits the game later on, or the series in future games. This really isn't like it's not really like a fun thing to have to do every time you see that icon, is just to bring it out to grab a couple of spare bolts. Just a couple extra steps towards like what should be breaking the box. This is probably why I don't do it ever again. Because at that point, why isn't just a box instead of like this cumbersome process of getting out the gadget just to get a few extra bolts?
Was it pi over infinity, or...
Hey! You need help fixing that thing?
Actually, I'm trying to destroy it.
Why?
I was contracted to re-engineer my enlarging machine to create huge, heavily armed mechs.
So that's where those mechs
It's a macro. It's a macro pad.
Had I known Drek was behind this, I never...
I have a couple of furry friends who need to know this immediately.
Well, if you'll volunteer to be enlarged, you may be able to stop those mechs long enough for me to sabotage this machine.
And then you will change me back?
I've never tried that, but in theory, yes.
And this is actually this once Ratchet and Clank reconcile again, this is actually a really cool segment to contrast the lightning strike segment from the previous world. This is a really cool idea that they do once Ratchet and Clank reconciles. Which they have Giant Clank. That is basically the inverse of usual, where usually it's Ratchet, or it's Clank on Ratchet's back, and now it is Clank, or now it is Ratchet on Clank's back.
When your energy bar is full, press the triangle button to unleash an attack.
It's not really a hard fight, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, it's a cool little... It's more for the variety than anything else. It's really cool. Conceptually. Feels a bit like a Rampage game, almost. It's a cute little fun thing that they added to the game. Like a little inverse on the norm. even if there's not a whole lot like to it, just like this brief little diversion is really, really cool.
Well done! Now just step into the machine and we'll see what happens.
Macro Clank is good.
Nice to have you back, I guess.
I've recalibrated the controls to allow only your specific circuit.
That's a weird line to have.
I don't know how to thank you two. Maybe this'll help.
New! From Gadgetron, the makers of weapons and other fine products, comes the Hollow Guys.
Oh, how
With the
convenient.
Hollow Guys, you can fool robots into thinking you're one of them. Match your wits against other robots. Work on robotic assembly lines. Attend robot parties. The Hollow Guys. Available only at Gadgetron headquarters for a limited time. Not to be used for illegal purposes. We're only in sanctioned areas. You will not actually become a robot.
If I can get that thing, I'll be able to get past those robot guards.
Robots are not so easily fooled.
Ah, what's that?
What?
Uh-huh.
But I just noticed where Ratchet goes, nice to have you back, I guess. And consider this is the part where they have reconciled at this point. That's a bizarre line. It's just kind of weird. Kind of debuting an earlier point, we're talking about how this game doesn't really have strafe. It does, but you need the thruster pack for it, and this is what it looks like. This is the strafe. It's kind of rudimentary, and you can use weapons with it, but even then, it's still kind of hard to aim weapons in this mode. And if you take a look, it's very, very clearly just the falling animation adapted into a strafe mode. Like, it is clearly looking from his expression just like the same animation as him falling. Which, like, it is clever asset reuse, but also kind of like, there is someone at Insomniac who realized way too late that strafe is actually vital for this game. So they had to sneak it in somehow.
You'll need the Gadgetron hologuise to explore the factory. Unfortunately, our scanners do not detect a hologuise on this planet.
And that's just kind of like an unfortunate byproduct of this being the very first Ratchet and Clank game. Because in going Commando and onwards, you just have strafe as a thing. It's just, you can even, like in Up Your Arsenal even has lock strafe as an option. It's just in this original game, they didn't really consider that you might need strafe for the gunplay. Because this is primarily a platformer. This is a gun game second, despite the advertising. Whereas later on, that starts to be the inverse. I love how Drek gets more titles.
This is starting to become annoying. I'm not sure why I bother with you incompetent idiots. All right, I'll try this one more time. You are my most elite troops. I'm sending you down to the planet's surface to destroy those troublemakers. Now go! Oh, and if you have to destroy Gadgetron to get rid of them, so be it.
His head does look like a root vegetable. But remember, at the beginning, it was just Executive Chairman Drek. And now, it's Ultimate Supreme Executive Chairman Drek. And if you work in corporations, that's a funny joke. Because people who head large corporations love giving themselves titles of overinflated importance. Because they themselves realize how worthless their job is. As someone who works for a major corporation, I find this hilarious. In a way that I did not when I originally played this game.
I got some great bargains for you.
I need to save up money to buy this Tesla coil. It is one of the best weapons in the entire game. Let's try strafing, see how it works against these fools. Actually, wow, strafing actually really does improve how this game functions. Yeah, that has actually a noticeable improvement on how the game plays. Noticeable improvement. Don't shoot me when I'm buying ammo. Piece of shit. Ratchet will be eternally falling from now on, yes. Because without him falling, he aims like shit. But first, a grind rail section. I like they have like a grind rail music, although I can't really hear it right now. Alright. Gotta avoid the trains. Woo! Yeep. You gotta get over here, hit this. And there's a reason we hit that switch. And that one. And that should be all three. Now we've got all three switches. There should be an optional path that we can... Oh no, that opens that path. So we can do this. Hit. Jump. And this gate is open because we hit those three pads. Which means we can now get this gold bolt at the end of this path. And keep going here. Woo! That was close. And we get a skill point for doing that perfectly. You didn't get hit a single time.
Meet the help desk girl. I hope she's cute.
What should that matter?
Oh man.
I love how he's mad that the help desk girl's a robot.
Come here often?
Actually, I work here, so I come here all the time.
Oh, yes.
I've been following your progress. Here, shh, take this. It's a map-o-matic. It will be very helpful.
I'll see you later.
Bye, sweetie.
I think she likes me.
That's cute. I like that scene.
The
That's a really
Gadgetron
cute scene.
map-o-matic can be used to find secret areas. Just go to your map screen, and all secret areas will be highlighted on the map.
Go to the employee break room. It's the employee break room. It's just chickens. Look, I don't want to talk too much, but a lot of people in the break room got their cocks out all of a sudden. It's uncomfortable. Look at me. I'm cock blocking. Look at me. I'm cock blocking. I can't believe I laughed at my own stupid joke. Oh, God. A lot of free money right here. And I'm pretty sure at this point you just gotta keep... There's gotta be like a secret and like an exit back. Yeah, here we go. Here's Taxi. And in case you're curious, the Map-O-Matic does. We go back to previous maps. Basically, any secret area that was previously invisible on our map is now highlighted in green. So if you don't know where your hidden like gold bolts and all of that are, the Map-O-Matic more or less just shows you on your map where secrets are located. So you can just do that. But for now, we will head back to Gadgetron and actually play the level. And we will probably at some point do a cleanup stream where we get the gold bolts. And that's as far as I want to take 100% for this game, because I'm not for that going for all the skill points life. At least not on stream. I've already done that myself on my own save. I don't need to do that on this game save. Because if I was playing for myself, I would get all the skill points, all the weapons, all the gold bolts, everything. You can't really do that on stream. You're probably wondering why I'm using the Morph Array. And the reason is brain gremlins. In my head, I tell myself that I can get away with using this because it's free, as opposed to the bomb glove, which costs ammo to use. I went the wrong direction. Actually, speaking of, the bomb glove is surprisingly useful for most of the game. Please aim. Thank you. Alright, and bomb glove for bolts. I think he needs a blaster to shoot this twitch, actually. Yes. Yeah, I did not have... that is... like, those bots are actually really good for the Walloper. But I don't have the Walloper because I didn't buy it. Although I'd probably be using that a lot, too. Wow. Oh, come on! All the way back here.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
You know what that means. Time to climb all the way back, fighting as few things as humanly possible. I actually like that there's, like, you actually... The cool thing about this level is that this is Gadgetron. This is where all the weapons that we've been using throughout the entire game get made. So it is cool to see, like, actual weapons testing facilities in the level. Clank is right. I'm handy with the wrench. You could probably beat this entire game with just, like, the wrench and bomb glove and the Devastator when you actually need the firepower from it. Like, you could probably beat the entire game with just those 3 weapons. It's not gonna be easy, but it's probably doable. Alright. Doing much better. Fuck off. Alright, and here's some more bolts. Oh, okay. Later, losers. God, I want the Tesla coil so badly.
I got some great bargains for you today.
Where is my bomb? Okay, bomb glove ammo. This bomb glove ammo is really cheap. And now you guys understand why the slingshot's still in my hotbar, because it is the gadget that this game uses the most. The slingshot is by far the most useful gadget in the game in terms of, like, number of places where you actually need to use it. I wonder, is this a place I can... Nope, no springboard. Maybe up here? Still no. Still a little weird alcove, it looks like. This is fine. Okay, switch to blaster. There we go. Making steady progress through this testing facility. And now they're using a pyrocitor. I actually like that these dummies can kill each other. And even themselves. Well, there is some auto aim on this, it looks like. Fuck this. Okay, what gun do I need? It's... Part of the problem with this game, actually, is genuinely that the quick select kind of sucks. In the second game and onward, quick select will actually pause the game when you're switching weapons, so you can actually decide what you want to pick before you pick it. And they don't do that in this game, which is why, like, oftentimes it is actually better just to use the regular old picking weapons here. Okay. Not a bad checkpoint. It's just a part of what makes the first game so rough compared to a lot of the later games in the series, because going commando is really where the series started to understand what it was going to be from here on out. Ignore these. I am not liking this level very much. Or more like, I'm not playing this level particularly well right now. Yeah, get good. Oh, Lord. You know what? Do I have it? I do. We're gonna take care of this the safe way. Oh. Okay! Jesus H. Christ. It's like I shot them or something. This is not gonna get old. Oh, fuck. Well, that missile's gone. Oh, you can tell I'm doing invert aiming when I don't like inverted. Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but, you know, what can you do? I wonder if I can... there. At least you can detonate it in mid-flight, so if you miss, you can still blow it up before you lose the shot completely. That was a cool $1,000 I just lost. Hopefully you make up the money. Interesting they choose to not close off this area when it's all of them like this. Because then you can just snipe them from a distance, which is probably, maybe that's the intended point. That this final one you can just kind of really easily breeze through. Perfect. And now we are more or less done here. I think that is the last part of this section. Before we proceed to the next area. Yeah, okay, yeah, there is this. Yes, you're right.
Excuse me, sir. I was wondering if you were concerned about the, invasion?
Son, our defenses are the best money can buy. Don't give it another thought. You ever been on a hoverboard?
Yeah, once or twice.
I am in search of a hip young star to represent my newest line of boards. Someone the kids can look up to.
I kind of like this.
And your man.
If you can beat my test bots in a race, that job is yours.
Because, Gaming Brit Show pointed this out in his like retrospective on Ratchet Clank 1 versus the movie, the game. In this scene where Ratchet's like, shouldn't you be concerned about the attack? And Gastron's like, my friend, we own the concept of guns. What are you talking about? We have all the weapons. This attack is nothing. In this universe, we own the concept of guns. And then goes on to do his thing about hoverboards because he doesn't actually care about the invasion going on in front of him. Yeah, like that is kind of the point, though. It is like these guys are the people who make the weapons. What possible reason would they be concerned about an invasion? They make the guns that they're invading with. Yeah, this one was the harder of the races. Alright, and now that that's taken care of, we have the shortcut. Should save us a little bit. I feel like they add the Wrinkle of Devastator ammo on this course. And the reason I'm doing tricks is to get turbo. And hopefully with the turbo combined with the shortcut, we are able to keep some speed going. Oh, whoops. If I was a really good hoverboarder, I would be able to keep this, like, my momentum going more or less infinitely. But I'm not, so I have to rely on tricks. In more ways than one.
That was terrific! Now I just need you to say a few words about our hot new boards.
Huh? Now?
Of course. Just look into that camera right over there and say what comes naturally. Rolling!
Hi. This is
I
Ratchet
like this scene.
for, Gadgetron hoverboards. And if you,
Yo, dudes, for the freshest boards in the galaxy, check out the new XZ88 from Gadgetron. It's so hot, it's cool.
This is
I
funny.
think I got the wrong guy. That was something.
Hey, I was thinking, do I get a discount on gadgets now?
You have to be with the company for 2 years before the employee discount kicks in. I can, however, let you have this.
It's so hot, it's cool.
The Gadgetron Hologuise is the perfect infiltration device for all our non-robot customers. Simply equip the device and press the circle button. You will instantly be disguised as a sentry bot, preventing detection by all sentry bot security systems. Press the circle button again to wave at fellow sentry bots, who will then deactivate force fields for you. Caution, use of any weapon while disguised will deactivate the Hologuise.
And now you're the Hologuise, which we can use to infiltrate the factory that Clank was built in. But yeah, you are right, Kelly. It is kind of like if Raytheon was attacked. And should we be concerned about... Should they be concerned about people attacking them? Like, no, because they probably have higher security that are more elite than the people attacking them.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Why would they give a shit? Not to mention, like, defenses. You don't understand. We own the concept of guns. They're probably attacking us with our own weaponry. We probably built a stronger model about 2 hours ago. Who cares? Who cares? They funded our defense by buying our guns. Now we can get... Now that we have a Hologuise, it's time to do a little bit of sneaky sneaky. I should probably buy some blaster ammo. Let's go ahead and buy that blaster ammo. You know, later games would have us a button to press to refill all your ammo at the vendor immediately. And I am missing that functionality right now. Because I would really like to use that kind of, oh, you want to just buy enough ammo to refill your guns? Here, one button. Do it all. Right now. That'd be nice to have that. So to infiltrate this place... We are going to need, actually, let's put this in our quick select for now. We can always switch it back up once we're done. So you walk...
Time to use the Hologuise. While wearing the Hologuise,
like
press
molasses
the circle button to wave to the sentry bot.
when wearing Hologuise, but by waving to the guards, they'll turn off the force field. And then you kill them before they raise the alarm. they press this button, you're effectively dead. Because the alarm will be triggered. Yes, no witnesses. And you'll notice that I cannot jump when I'm playing Hollow Guys. I have to actually turn my Hollow Guys off. So yeah, I fucked that up. So the idea is now that he's turned around, turn the Hollow Guys on. Oh, you cannot press the alarm button, no. Only the robots can. But now we have to basically play this little keep away game. Now we're over here, we can just kill him and be done with it. Now, what's happening over here? Oh, bad. Try again. It's really tempting. You do want, because this does suck to run this slowly. They've been taken care of. Please, please, let me just head up the top of this platform. Goodbye! And now to do a little sneaky, 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 sneaky. Gotta wait for the crates to fall past me.
You will have to destroy those sentry bots. Make sure they do not press that alarm button.
Yes, I'm aware, Gadgetron lady. Be gone! Now let's see what's next on our little Hollow Guys puzzle trap. I don't know if this is... Okay. Okay, I see. Beautiful. Yeah, this is a pseudo stealth section that doesn't suck the way that most mandatory stealth sections did back in these days. It's slow, but it's not like I guess I was a little hyperbole. Like, checking the alarm is not instant death. You can try again. It just means you have to back up a little and let the alarm fade out, and then you can try again. Yes. We should be almost through at this point. Yeah, this is pretty breezy. That's actually the perfect word I would use to describe this. So I wait for them to turn around, and then we were all good. Nothing to it. Nothing to it. Now, what is here? Okay. Easy. Look, now they're building the giant robots. That's a cool little detail, where you can see the robot in the middle of being constructed, before it's got its paint job and everything. That's pretty rad. Little cache of bolts back here, too. Get my health back. Do our little slam move. I feel like we're almost done this section. Oh. Oh, okay. Back out. Let's try this again. And not get caught this time. Yeah. Down you go. Okay, we're almost done. This is not, we're gonna see a nice scene after this too. So you're gonna see a nice little scene between Clank and his mama.
That should do it.
Mom?
Oh, brother.
You have done well.
I tried, Mom. I know.
Hey, look! A sister!
My fellow Blarg, our synthetic world is now fully functional and ready for habitation. However, there is one small obstacle in our way. This pathetic lump of a planet. Due to some blunder of fate, it
Veldin is Ratchet's home planet.
perfect orbit. But no more. Behold, the Deplanetizer, the most powerful laser ever created. Soon, we will move the Deplanetizer into place just above the planet's surface. I will, of course, be on hand to press the button that will blow this mudball to smithereens. No one will even miss it. See you then.
Ratchet, are you all right?
He is going to pay!
Excuse me?
It shouldn't have taken me this long to see it. Drek is going to find out what happens when you mess with my home. What are you smiling at?
This is the Ratchet I always knew was there.
Okay,
I have words.
if we're gonna do this, we need to get onto Drek's ship. And then we can find out where he set up that laser.
I will try to make you proud, Mom.
You already have. Isn't that adorable? I actually like that a lot. But you're saying in the chat, imagine destroying a planet because it's an eyesore. Incorrect. That's not what's happening. The whole thing is that Drek is trying to make the perfect planet in the perfect orbit for a bunch of his Blargian, like, refugees to buy housing on. Unfortunately, the perfect orbit happens to be the orbit of Ratchet's home planet, Veldin. So, we're not destroying it because it's nice, we're destroying it because it's in the way. Which is arguably worse. Arguably worse. But that's not what I want to talk about. People kind of point out, now we talked about this before, that Ratchet is kind of an asshole for most of this game. And, like, this is kind of the part where he goes full into hero mode and realizes he has to actually like, do heroic stuff and save the day. But there is an argument that can be made that it doesn't land as strongly as it probably could or should have. Because the escalation is that Ratchet's now being personally affected. It is now his home planet that is the victim of Drek's kind of like capitalist campaign across the galaxy. So, while there is an argument, and the thing you tend to reading is, this is the part where he becomes the hero he was kind of supposed to be groomed into from the start. Another equally plausible argument is, oh, it's now my problem because it personally affects me. I didn't give two shits until it was my home planet, said the Lombax. And I can understand where that argument comes from, because they're not really wrong. Where Ratchet is kind of a liberal in the sense that he didn't care about all of this happening until it personally affected him. And I don't like that reading, but I can understand that reading. Because, based on what we saw, that's a valid interpretation of the facts. Ratchet just wants to return to brunch. Hey, Pleo. And while, like, I do, like, they do really start to, play out his more heroic characteristics in later games. Kind of to correct for what they did to Ratchet in this game. I can understand where people, like... I am so torn about Ratchet and Ratchet & Clank 1 because I do like that he starts as a dick. I do like that he is an asshole. Because it gives him room as a character to grow. And I enjoy characters, like, learning and growing. It's just that they perhaps did lay it on a bit too thick, to the point where it becomes a little uncomfortable. Especially when it starts getting to his later, like, talks with Clank. Like, it can get really uncomfortable just how much Ratchet is an absolute worm to someone who is basically his only ally. It's an uncomfortable tension. I can understand why they wanted to get rid of that tension in Going Commando Onward. And when we start playing Going Commando Onward, we'll probably talk about that. Because once you get to Going Commando and Up Your Arsenal specifically, we know a lot about how those games were developed. We know, like, there is a lot of public info about how those games were made. Because of the Let's Play that developers Mike Stout and Tony Garcia did on their useless podcast channel. But this game, like, we don't know as much about the dev cycle as we do for the later games in the series. Alright, and That will take care of you. And this will be the second and final time we ever use the Hologuise. Turn around. And that takes care of y'all. I believe this is the hardest Hologuise room in the game. Oh! Whoopsie. Guess I'll slow walk up to the door. Goodbye! Loser. And this is more of a swing shot level. So let's switch to the swing shot. And de-equip that Hologuise from our quick select, because it is no longer useful. Aw, poor sad Ratchet, he's got hurt. Never mind, all good. No! Fuck! Okay. Oh, I hate the Hologuise sections in this game. So bad. This was not a fun gadget, and I am glad they never brought it back. Okay. It is a very good thing that this Hologuise never comes back again. It fills the role of late-game gadget that has exactly 2 uses before you dispose of it permanently. Which is honestly a good thing, because... ooh, boy. Go to Dreadnought. It's also just the waiting. Fuck off. All right. Turn around, asshole. Well, we personally can't press the alarm, and the alarm causes the alarm homes in on me. I also love that the robot dogs are not fooled by my holo guys when the robot people are. For no real reason. Close the door. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This alarm is really annoying. It lasts way longer than it feels like it should. But thankfully, like, this actual segment itself is not too hard. You just gotta not rush it and you're fine, which is why I'm fucking up so badly. Because the balance is that the holo guys is slow, and that is a bad way to balance that gadget. I'm surprised that Ratchet has not called a manager on Gadgetron yet for making a sucky holo guys. The next person to go for that button is fucking dead. I think this is the last section where we have to use the holo guys. At least I very much hope that it is. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, I think this is... Yeah, this is it. This is the room that Drek did all of his cutscenes in. I like stealth genuinely, it's just a lot of platforming stealth is just bad stealth. I have no possible clue what that skill point is for, because I did nothing skillful in this entire section. Yes, I like stealth in stealth games. I do not like stealth in non-stealth games. Oh, the skill points for killing everyone in the level. Thank you for letting me know that. See, here's a holo guys barrier, but there's no one to wave to. So we have to go into outer space. I actually like that that Velden is in orbit. That's a pretty cool little touch. Because this is, like, Drek's flagship should be in Velden. No way to because you killed them all. In fairness, fuck them. So now we can't proceed with those lasers shooting across the ship. So it's time to kill them. Alright, now let's go back. Kill some more turrets. Perfect. I mean, I don't hate the section. I actually, I am quite fond of the version of this level that exists in Going Commando. This is not a bad section of game. It's just very bare bones in a way that's not particularly satisfying. I mean, the PS3 version of the, or the PS3 4 version of this game, the movie, oh, you mean the HD reboot? I forgot what is and isn't the HD reboot. Because we are playing with a legally acquired copy of the PS2 version. Definitely not piracy. Not here, not in this stream. This is a legally acquired PS2 version. Legally acquired. I love holding up props to the camera. Wait, what? I love legally owned games too. Complete legality. Definitely no sus. No sus here. Keep barking and I'll fucking smack you with my wrench. Exactly. What is an ISO when you have legally obtained PS2 versions to use on your emulator? What even is an ISO, actually? I don't know. I've never heard of ISOs before. We'll go back there in a second, but I want to actually get the info lot first. ISO? I barely knew you!
Tonight on Blind TV, the event you have all been waiting for, the total annihilation of an entire planet! Witness the power, the destruction, and the nothingness that follows. So join Ultimate Supreme Executive Chairman Drek as he pushes the button.
I love Drek literally in the first point of the game.
For the galaxy's funniest superhero bloopers featuring Captain Quark.
I love.
Now we know where he is. Let's get him.
I love Drek literally right in front of the of Ratchet's garage. Happy as can be to blow it the fuck up. Happy as can be. Yeah, it do beat that way. I love this garage. I love this garage. Wonder whose it is. You don't press a... Oh, you son of a bitch! At least the checkpoint us here. We can try again. So anyway, I started blasting. Get thee gone. See what's over here. Hopefully a gold bolt. Nope! It's more level! There's a gold bolt. Perfect. Get some more shots. And we have one more thing to do here before we wrap up for probably the stream. No, not the PDA. There. Oh, this is not taking us back. We have to actually... I did know that, but I forgot that you can just smack robots with your weapons in a couple of these rooms. We got one more thing we gotta do here in the cruiser. We gotta return to the ship first. There should be a portal to the ship right here. Swim through the water. Make sure this... Okay, this is just set dressing. Now we've got to do this segment here with our Hydra Pack, which shouldn't take terribly long. Maybe we'll wrap up the stream shortly, because I have work in the morning. Get those tri-gates. It's our time section, so we got 1 minute and 20 seconds to finish this area before the lightning floods the place and kills everything. Yeah, I know, imagine working. It's even worse, because now we're in the office again, so I have to actually get up an hour earlier than I did when I was working from home. Well, maybe you don't have to. I could probably do like 6:30 as opposed to 6. But that... I don't like making my window that tight. Whereas when I can work from home, when I work from home, I can just like... I don't have to worry about the window of time that it takes. Whereas I do when I have to, like, commute. And here is this
All right.
weird little code bot. I am looking for a new job that allows me to work remote, since my job does not require me to be in the office. I know it because I did it more or less uninterrupted during the entire pandemic. It's just a little frustrating that we were moved to the office because we are a work from office company. So I have decided that I don't agree with company culture, so I'll be looking for new position. Except I've been working for a month and I've been rejected from so many places because of the algorithm. Oh, it's a huge crock of shit. I have asked them why that policy exists, and they do not give me a good answer. They give me no answers at all because they know they can't defend it. They know they can't defend it, so they don't even bother trying. Yeah, yeah. On one hand, I was pretty grateful that I even have gainful employment, but it feels like this is a whole new world we live in, and companies have no interest in adapting to this new world. They want us to kind of pretend that it never like the pandemic never happened. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm going back down here, and there is a reason. But I did actually miss something. And once we get it, we'll probably start wrapping up. I don't want to complain too bad, because even if I had to work in the office, it's still, like... It's still better than, like, than having no income at all. But on the other hand, like, it feels really fucking stupid. It's really fucking stupid. And now the actual thing I need to do is over here. Should be a gold bolt. Yes. I love the droop ears and the Sag face after getting the gold bolt. It's hilarious. Now we could try to actually like close and go to the end, or you just die. Now we're back here at the start. No problem at all. And that will be it for the stream, I think. We have enough? Not yet. I can't afford my precious Tesla coil yet. I want it so bad. But starting in the next stream, I think the plan is going to be... we're going to finish the game since we're on the last planet. We might as well finish the game because Velden is the finale. But depending on how much time remains when we wrap up the game, we can start to go back. Maybe we can talk a bit about New Game Plus, and or like go get some of the gold bolts that we missed. I feel like that is probably going to be the plan. Next week, assuming I'm not on call, because if I'm on call, I might have to post, like, delay the stream by an hour so I can actually, like, do my work. But assuming that there are no hiccups in my schedule, next week we will wrap up Ratchet and Clank, and then spend whatever time we have left on the stream to clear out the gold bullets that we missed, and then maybe talk about a bit about New Game Plus. Yes, thank you, Pleo. Thank you, Steve, Kelly, Xenochrist, everyone who's part of the stream. It's been a really great stream chat that I don't usually get this. I usually get like 2 people in my chat ever. So it feels good to have everyone here. People I know and care about here. Don't worry about being the bot. I can just ban it. This was a fun stream. We got a lot done, and I look forward to finishing Ratchet and Clank with you all next week. Have fun, everybody! Remember to wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands, get your vaccine. Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, stop Asian hate, and all lives cannot matter until minority lives matter. Have a lovely evening, and I will see you all this time next week. Bye!